There was a beautiful line from one of our reporters saying King Charles always knew that his first duty as king was to bury his mother, and this has been, 10 days of that. But whilst it was necessary that there was this 10 days of public mourning, the royal family did get a brief private burial. No cameras, no pictures, just a statement letting us know that she had been reunited with Prince Philip.
I know, and I think that was wonderful. They needed some time together to mourn without worrying about the cameras. I mean, equally we saw when they came back to London with her coffin at the first time, they had the night, the evening, we saw the coffin driven with the Princess Royal behind it all the way back. But once they got into the gates of Buckingham Palace, they had some time alone as a family. And I think these are moments that they'll cherish as well.
Still a lot of... Obviously, getting towards the Queen's popularity is going to be difficult for Charles. There's still quite a few people he's got to win over. Do you think he'll get there?
Personally, I do. I think that we've seen the crowds react to him very differently now he's a monarch. I think he looks much more regal since his mother's died.
He does.
He's sort of... And he also looks more grandfatherly. I think he looks sort of... I think your heart warms to him, and I think the cues when he arrived at the palace that first day, and people wanting to shake his hand, people wanting to kiss his hand, one lady actually kissing him, and then when they went to meet the cues, him and William, I think, everybody, there wasn't that feeling that, everybody wants to see William. It was very much...
Well, he laughed off that moment when someone gave him a pen too, didn't he?
That.
So he's able to take a joke on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yes.
I do think the Queen as well was expert of obviously soft diplomacy, and I wonder if today and the crowd that she was able to pull, if I can put it that way, was as much about respect for her as it was, I guess, respect for Charles in his new role. What do you think about that?
I think it's very difficult to separate the two. I think that obviously the draw was the funeral and the Queen's death, but I think that she has made she made before her death a lot of symbolic gestures about the future of the monarchy. We've seen her saying that she wanted Camilla to be Queen Consort.
Yeah.
We saw.
Was that the most important one in your view? Gesture?
I think the symbolism of all the pictures of the Queen with the now King, with Prince William or Prince of Wales now, and Prince George, the lovely one where George is standing on a pile of books because he wasn't tall enough. The one where they're stirring the Christmas pudding. I mean, this has been going on since Prince George was born. They've gradually been even the original christening pictures, you've seen the progression and the slimmed down monarchy, and I think that's been going on. And then I think Camilla was the final gesture, really. This is what I want.
Let's just end on George, because you mentioned when we spoke to you last hour that was your favourite moment of the day, seeing the kids out and about. How did you think George and Charlotte went?
Oh, I think they were angelic. I mean, they did have a little moment where they were chatting to each other, and there was a very touching moment when George was quite upset, and Kate put her hand on his knee to comfort him, and she was obviously holding Charlotte's hand. I think Charlotte loves the crowds, and I think George is getting much more used to it. But I think it was interesting to see them at such a high-profile occasion.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think, is George at an age, do you think, where he knows what his future is?
Absolutely.
Can that be grasped at 9?
You don't know any other...
I think so. I mean, his father will be teaching him, obviously, and he's been through the same experience. And I think that going to the Queen's Jubilee service just a couple of months ago, and then going to her funeral, these are really big state occasions, and he's had a ringside seat to see what's happening. He now knows his grandfather is king of the UK, and I think that he knows his father is Prince of Wales and will one day be king. So,
Claudia, appreciate your time today and throughout the course of the last 10 days, as a matter of fact. So thank you, and
My
we'll talk to you
pleasure.
again
so
soon.
much.
And